Summer's just around the corner, so give your body the care it deserves with Osea's best-selling Undaria Algae Body Oil. Created by infusing Undaria seaweed in barrels of botanical oils, it leaves skin silky soft and glowing. Plus, it's clinically proven to improve elasticity and deeply moisturize without feeling greasy. It's safe, clean, vegan skincare. Get 10% off your first order at OseaMalibu.com with code GLOW, plus free shipping on orders over $60.
Hey everyone, welcome to Fat Mascara. I am Jen.
Hey, I'm Jess.
She's Jess. Oh, we're talking about one of our favorite topics, skin. I cannot get enough of tell me everything. Give me all the secrets. Make me look like a dewy goddess. But I think we've had some good skin interviews this summer is what I'm saying.
We've had some amazing skin interviews, and I find it absolutely shocking, a travesty, if you will, that Joanna Czech has not been on the show.
When we were booking this, I was so surprised. I was like, no. We've had her on the show. She was like one of our early guests. And then I looked and I was like, oh, have we not had Joanna Czech on the podcast yet?
Like, for shame. Shame on us. Shame on us. I'm embarrassed.
We waited till year of our Lord 2023 to rectify this situation. Who are we behind the game?
It's like embarrassed. I'm embarrassed right now in this intro.
The reason being, she is like, when baby beauty editor Jess and Jen came to New York City with dreams of taking over the media and beauty world, she is the, like, everybody who knows, you can get in for a facial. Whew, you're a lucky woman.
We're gonna get into it from the bottom to where she is right now, like ruling the skincare game, running the skincare game. I don't know. I'm like all bungled up today, but I think I'm just so embarrassed that like I'm bringing her to you right now. But anyway, if you don't know who she is, well, that'll be rectified in about 10 seconds. But she's been in the business for 30 years. Her celebrity clients include Uma Thurman, Kate Winslet, and Kim Kardashian. We'll get into the whole Kim of it all in this interview. She has studios in Dallas and in New York. And in 2021, she launched her own line, Joanna Czech Skincare, which is absolutely stunning. Let's settle in for it. Joanna! Finally! Oh my gosh, this is like the highlight of the summer. Okay, so Joanna, lots of people listening to the show know who you are. For some, it may be a new introduction. It may be a nice getting to know Joanna. Jen and I have a sack full of questions here to ask you, but I think we got to bring it back to basics. You've been in this business for 38 years. Is that okay to say? 38 years? Okay.
Yes,
but like, how did you get into the skincare game?
So my story is not very sexy. I don't find it fascinating.
That's okay.
I was always a young athlete. Since I was 6 years old, I was competitive. I mean, then on child's level, later on teenage level, competitive runner, 5K, and second shortest basketball player.
I love this.
Yes, I'm 160 centimeters high, so whatever. Occasionally it's 5'3", occasionally it's 5'4". Now I'm probably shrinking already, but the highest I've gotten was 160. And for 12 years, I've done the sports always with the teams or with personal trainers. But before that, I was that kind of girl that never played with my doll's hair. I never braided it, I never cut it, but I always put bandages on my dolls. I had to be their godmother. I had to be the godmother of every animal of my friends and so on. I don't know, growing at home where my parents survived the Second World War and seeing maybe only this kind of movies. And I was also a very caring person, I guess. I am Aquarius. We are kind of the most caring people, I want to think, and very giving. So between my personality and my interest always rather in the body and taking care of the body, initially dolls, dogs, and then body of my own as an athlete. I always had that interest. And then fast forward, I simply didn't pass physics to medical school. So I thought I'm going to submit my papers to Beauty Institute in Poland. And then after maybe a semester or two, I will reapply for medical school after taking some tutoring in physics. I started studying physics, taking tutoring, and passed perfectly my biology and chemistry to Beauty Institute. And within about first 3 months of studying anatomy, physiology, and pathology of a nail plate, I decided that I'm becoming a doctor already, because by analyzing nail plate, I can tell so much about humans' health. I can recognize if the person has problems with digestive system, if the person is a drinker or a smoker or so on. And basically being 21-year-old, you make such a brilliant decisions. And I decided not to reapply. Of course, I decided not to reapply for medical school. And 12,760 hours later,
Wow.
I became an esthetician.
You're definitely a different sort of esthetician than other people who I've come across. And when I met you, it's funny because I feel like I've met you twice in my life for the first time. The first time that I met you was now, I don't want to say things like I'm going to date myself, age myself, because I don't like that kind of talk. I'm trying to break out of it.
Aging is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Aging is fine
I
thing.
met you 20 years ago in my first real job in beauty at W Magazine, where I was a beauty assistant. And my favorite story that I got to do every year was called On the Verge. And it was the best story because it was about meeting talent. And it's really what we do at Fat Mascara is shining a light on people with a really great point of view and who are doing something different in the beauty industry. So the best hairdresser, best facialist and everything, but it wasn't even the best. It was like people, not thinking of the best, but like people who are doing something cool. So I went to meet you on Riverside Drive in New York. It's on the west side. And it was this little tiny spa called Sava Spa. And it wasn't Joanna Czech as people know you today as this celebrity Hollywood person. You were like just doing cool stuff. You had like a cool scrub that you made. I don't know if you remember that. It was like a scrub. Who were you at that time?
I was 100% an esthetician, taking care of my clients, enjoying every single moment of doing it, always educating my clients, always trying, through today, then or now, getting a little anxious before seeing the client, even if that was the same person.
Why?
I didn't ever want to feel too comfortable because I was addressing a new case. You, the way how you are today, that's not the way how you're going to be in 3 weeks. Your skin, your needs will be very different. Maybe you got pregnant, so I was always this analytical esthetician getting into the core of things.
Yeah, you weren't slick, smooth, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you weren't one of these kind of slicky, smooth. Jen, I know you know who I'm talking. I'm not talking about a person, but you know the type of like people that I'm talking about.
I have to say, I probably torture a little bit people in beauty industry by asking tremendous amount of questions. I am a very inquisitive esthetician, that's for sure. And I was inquisitive then. When we've met, probably we were talking about the fact that I was using already LED therapy, and that was 20 years ago. LED did not pop into the world 10 years ago together with the Instagram. So we were talking about ultrasound water peel that I brought from Poland, that everybody is calling it a scraper. That's not a scraper. That's completely different story. So yeah. I was using those things over 20 years ago, and that's not a novelty. 20 years ago, nobody knows that. And I had my own line of nail polishes because I was trained to do manicures, pedicures. I became that busy esthetician because when Kim Cattrall needed me on Sex and the City, she did not have to have 4 people because I was doing her waxing, her mani and pedi, and her facials. When Uma wanted me in the Bahamas, she didn't need to fly 4 people. It was Joanna. And I was prepared to do medical pedicure, medical manicure. I'm not probably great artist that I could do gel nails or so on, but I can do still medical pedicures and manicures. I don't
How
do
many
this.
people are a one-man band anymore? Like, if you're a facialist, you're probably not doing medical pedicures today. Like, if you're a facialist today.
I'm not doing it anymore. This is that Joanna from 20 years ago.
Right.
And you know, my final paper when I was graduating my school was actually framing of your eyes, which was 117 pages about the shapes of your brows. I love shaping brows, and people don't know that about me either. I mean, I took care of late Natasha Richardson for all those years, and I did her brows as well. I did many known brows as well.
Will you still do any of these things upon request for some of your VIPs?
Especially brows.
Okay.
I still do brows. I occasionally do a little waxing. Manicure, pedicure is harder because this is something that takes me 2 hours. And within 2 hours, I can perform full facial treatment. I can shape the brows. So this is when I made my choices. Yes.
Well, we're going to get into some of the technologies that you're using now. But when you talk about inquisitive esthetician, you're very inquisitive. You asked a lot of questions. But when I saw you most recently at your spa in New York, you just opened a spa this past year in Soho. The first question you asked me when I lied down was kind of threw me for a loop. You said, "All right, when's the last time you had Botox?" And I said, "How'd you know I have Botox?" And they're like, "Oh, I know you've had Botox." And you said even some of the celebrities try to get around that. And you're like, "No, I can tell who's had Botox." So how do you know? And like, what's your kind of positioning on that?
Okay. The skin after a while starts changing because the blood flow to a certain extent slows down when the largest muscle is paralyzed. There is a slightly different skin tone. The pores could get larger because we will be slowly losing elasticity. But also, before Jessica lay down, we talked, then I asked many questions, all questions, you know, pregnancies, medications, metal plates in your chest or your head. And I see the mimics and facial expressions. And if somebody is speaking only with the lower face and does not move the upper face, I've met 3 people in my life that they were so well trained not to move their eyebrows that it would be almost a fluke that like, "Oh, when did you have your last Botox?" And you would say, "I never had it done." I trust that because I've met such a people, but 3 of them. So after 38 years, I don't even know why I can tell. I just know. I just know.
Yeah.
And what is your take?
Yeah, I'm a little freaked out. Yeah, go on. Yeah, Jen,
how do you feel about
Speak for me.
Botox? Yeah, tell us.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I'm not okay over here, so I need you to ask the questions, Jen.
Do you think that you can have Botox and have good skin still?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Talk to us.
First of all, when do you start doing it? How often you do it? Amount of Botox injected. There is no such a thing like natural Botox. I just had a client telling me, "You know, Joanna, I get that natural Botox." I said, "Oh, natural poison, natural paralyzer." That's because that's what it is. My problem with Botox is when we call it preventative, because when a 20-year-old person lays down next to her mother and gets preventative muscle paralysis, this does not make sense to me. Preventively, we should be working out our muscles to move the blood flow, to stimulate the blood flow. Blood bringing oxygen to the muscles, to the skin, to surrounding organs, to brighten the skin, to strengthen the muscles. That's why I would do massaging. And maybe around 36 years old would come the day that you are feeling sorry for yourself, or maybe you lost some weight, or maybe you went through divorce, because these are the situations. That's when I got my first Botox when I was 46. I lost weight, I went through divorce, and I felt sorry for myself, and I got Botox. But I have not gotten another one until 2 years later. We need to remember that those things need to be metabolized. But am I against it? No, I'm not against it. Just do it a little, maybe more seldom, and don't start too early, because what we do, we paralyze the largest muscle.
You mean the forehead, right?
The frontalis, that's our forehead.
Okay.
All the muscles are connected. This is all connected through ligaments. And
She's
so
touching
on.
her face, like her cheeks,
Yes.
her temples.
No one can see you, Joanna.
That's me. I talk with my whole
she's
body.
a visual
No, it's
learner.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
If you paralyze your frontalis, the big forehead smoothing, go on.
Yes, then automatically your cheeks will not have the same level of movement because this muscle is not working. And then after a few years, you're going to be complaining about your jaws, that everything is hanging,
That it's weak.
that it
A
gets
weak jaw?
so much weaker. And if you are 45 and you are complaining about weak jaw, Botox or not, it can happen. It's possible. But if you are 30 and you have very weak jaw, that means you probably been doing for a few years already that paralysis situation.
It sounds like you're not a huge fan of, nor generally, of Botox when you're not seeing a damn wrinkle in your 20s, or I don't want to put a real number on it because it's different for everyone, but before you see a wrinkle, when you're really young, when you start actually seeing things, when you're going through some actual crap and you think you really need it, then fine, go for it. But don't make it like the steady diet of, I've run out, and you run racing back to the doctor, fill me up, like that kind of thing. Like that's when you get into trouble.
I beg my clients to take their selfies either after their first Botox, after first filler, and whenever they did not get carried away yet, because they forget. They think that they need to do some timely sessions and they have to do it every 3 months, every 6 months, and so on. No, because products are metabolized different way at different times of our lives. We are different people from our friends. So don't run with the same pace as your girlfriend does it. We have different needs.
That's good advice, to take a photo so you have something to compare it to, because we see lots of people, they look in the mirror so often now in the phone, you lose track of what you really look like, and then all of a sudden, you're one of those ladies.
All of a sudden, you are...
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm glad nobody can see what I just did.
Yeah, like you're all filled up. So can I ask you about because the way that we care for our faces as we age, it's not just injections, right? There's devices. You've been into radio frequency, LED, all of these things. Do you think someone who keeps up with getting facials and using those kind of treatments can have the same results as somebody who's using filler and Botox?
What I'm doing, I'm addressing skin and skin quality. Botox or fillers, they have nothing to do with the skin. Botox paralyzes muscle.
Their structure, they're underneath.
Exactly. Fillers, changing the shape of your face, whatever you want to do with yourself and however you want to look. With your fillers and with your Botox, I still will create very healthy glow on your skin. Mm-hmm. I would rather shape your face by deep tissue massaging, and if you come on a weekly basis for a little while, or maybe every other week, we can do a lot just with manual massage, with radio frequency, with ultrasound, with LED therapy. But you need to be kind of disciplined, and it's not a quick fix. Partially your lifestyle is responsible for the way how your skin will look as well. The fact if you are an active person or not, your diet, your amount of sleep, all those things. Us, I think, aestheticians, we are like this final 30%, the little final touch. Otherwise, there is tons in our hands. If you are a drinker, if you smoke, if you don't take care of yourself and just do fillers and Botox, it will show. You will not look great. And it comes the moment that all of a sudden you don't have one line on your face because you are either overfilled or over frozen, and then your hands, even if they are 45 years old, they look 80 because you are lineless here, and then everybody anticipates the same skin all over the body. Doesn't make sense. Just that doesn't aesthetically doesn't make sense. It's kind of scary looking because you don't need to look for the hands. You can look at the neck and décolleté.
Okay.
And this perfect face, but not necessarily naturally looking.
That's the tell.
You know, you might be surprised. As an esthetician, I recommend for any woman who wakes up in the morning, she knows that she will be having problem with aging process, or it's kind of not cool with that. I recommend plastic surgery on time when skin still has some elasticity left. It's okay to do it in your, absolutely. That does not affect your skin quality. I can still create again glow. I can change the shape of your face still by massaging. I can.
But if someone has spent years and years getting fillers and neurotoxins, the quality of the skin circulation is such that you're losing your ability to affect the change. You as an esthetician.
Yes. Anyhow, when I was showing massages sometimes, and I believe in deep tissue massage, I was told, oh my God, you are stretching the skin. No, actually kind of rubbing this way, it's very irritating for the skin. You can create redness. But from the day number one, my very first instructor at school said, treat the muscles like a dough and the skin like a sponge. So that's the way how I treat those organs.
Okay, I get the muscles like dough. How do we treat our skin like a sponge? What should we do?
Whatever you have on your skin, let's say you spread your cream, your serum, or your toner. I said it all backwards, toner, serum, cream. Mm-hmm. And the final touch should be press release. Whatever you have on the surface of your skin, when you press your skin microscopically opens. When you release, skin grasps whatever is on the surface. So it penetrates slightly faster, the final touches.
So pretend like you're at a spa.
Yes.
Press and release.
Press and release after initial spreading of the product.
So
yes.
it looks a little dramatic, but it works.
It does. I promise it does.
Okay.
Yes. I wouldn't be doing many of those things that maybe they look like fluff to some people, but I hope they don't. But if I wouldn't see effects, I think I'm so kind of particular.
She's not doing it for the Instagram. The press and release actually does something.
All of those things, technologies that I've chosen and treatments that I created or protocols for the treatments, they do make sense. I've seen results because I would not be able to do it. I am so lucky that I love what I do because I think I would destroy myself. So thank God I push very hard. I have my own kind of path and I keep going, but I never worked harder.
I think that's really inspiring.
Do you think estheticians like you are getting the respect for all of that hard work that you're doing? Like we were talking about, there's makeup artists, hairstylists with big lines, with lots of social media followings. And sometimes people are like, oh, facialists, they rub on the cream.
They rub on the cream.
I'm leaving it there to see what Joanna says to that.
Listen, you know that Joanna will say what she will say.
Tell me, what do you think?
Yes. So when I was still offering all kinds of treatments, I was getting so many credits that my very first credit I got after doing manicure and pedicure on Trish Goff.
Trish Goff.
Yes, 1995. And that was for the cover of Vogue December issue, 1995. And that was my first credit. I could not afford to buy the Vogue yet then. And my clients said, Joanna, we saw your name. And that was tiny little thing on the edge, manicure by Joanna Czech.
Stop.
And it was the very first touch of my name and the paper or magazine. But as a facialist, I did not get a written credit yet by anyone. I was absolutely mentioned during the interviews by my clients. That's the fact. There are many generous writers like yourself attaching my name to certain names. But let's say hair by whatever, makeup, whatever, but maybe that kind of canvas and the base for all of it.
Yeah. Well, even in movies now, I'm sure you see people you do on a movie. We know who does the hairstyling on the movie. We know who does the makeup. The reason their skin looks so good, your name's not on that.
None of the estheticians. And it's a lot of work. And when I go on a set, my 3 main machines, they are like mini refrigerators. I don't carry just a little bag with me. So for me, it's a whole production.
It's like moving a dentist's office.
Yes, exactly. You saw my office. So that's kind of how it is, Jessica.
There's so much technology. Yeah.
Can I ask what the 3 machines are?
One of them is a LED machine, huge. This is actually regular size of refrigerator. That's not mini refrigerator, with LED panels, with ultrasound and combination of products. Then another one of technologies, combination of technologies. Then the other one, typically microcurrent. And the third one is a huge cryotherapy machine.
When you're getting married and planning a wedding, there's so many things to keep track of. It's a lot of fun, but it's also really overwhelming. But you know what can help with that? Our sponsor, Zola.
That's right. When you're getting married, it's not just about the big day. It's about all the days along the way. And Zola's here for all of them. I actually used Zola to help plan my wedding. And I remember the day Eric and I set up the website with all the little details to share with the guests and clicked publish. It was such a fun day. And then I used Zola, and they had this great part of their website building tool where you could give, I'll just call them gentle gift suggestions for your guests.
Very just gentle, tasteful suggestions.
You can do a registry, of course, but we created one of those cash funds for our honeymoon with pictures of where we wanted to go. Plus, Zola's also there on the days when you feel like, forget it, I don't even want to have a wedding. I remember I had that moment. There was like this huge family debate about the seating options at the wedding and whether they had backs or not. I kid you not, benches versus chairs, like almost derailed the whole wedding.
What did you eventually choose?
It's complicated. Let's talk about Zola, which is much easier because even on those days when things were, complicated, there's the Zola community. It's a free and judgment-free community of other engaged couples who know exactly what you're going through.
If you're getting married or planning to get married, or you're already married and you're just finally getting around to planning a celebration, start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com. Hey everyone, this podcast is brought to you by Cash App. With tools for saving, sending, and spending, it's the all-in-one place for you to glow up your money and glow up your life.
I glow up my money with Cash App, but I also had a personal glow up. I don't know if you remember this. It was about, I would say 10 years ago now. I was just another brunette in New York doing my thing. And I said, it's time to let my white hair streak grow in. I thought it would give me a little differentiation, make me stand out from the crowd. So I grew in my white hair and it was as glowy, right? Like, come on, you thought it was a glow up for me, right?
Yeah, I mean, you went from being just another brunette on the street, nameless and faceless,
to like a superhero.
Jen.
No, I'm telling you, I walk down the street now, all the time people yell to me like, what's up, Rogue? Like from the, X-Men, What's up, you Storm? I feel like much more myself. I feel like I have a little bit of a superhero power.
Yeah.
And that is like kind of what Cash App does for your money.
So if you want to glow up your life, you got to glow up your money. Download Cash App in the App Store or Google Play. There's no hidden fees and a free-to-order debit card. It feels like a makeover for your finances. Okay, everyone, let's talk hair. When it comes to, using products that are really good for me, with hair, sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of a sacrifice when you use products made with healthy ingredients. I always feel like there's something that I'm compromising when it comes to making my hair actually look really good. Not with Vegamore. They use really healthy ingredients and the results are always amazing. Their products are 100% cruelty-free and they're never formulated with potentially harmful chemicals like parabens or hormones.
That's right. I've been using the Vegamore Grow Revitalizing Shampoo and Conditioner. Ooh, is this stuff good? Lots of healthy oils in there. My hair feels really thick, but not weighed down. So I'm getting the moisture. It's thicker, healthier, shinier, which summertime, like who doesn't want that?
It's a really great product. And if you get it in their special Vegamore Grow Essentials Kit, you get more value for your money. You get the shampoo, conditioner, and the revitalizing serum as well. And fun fact, Vegamore sells 1 bottle of Grow Serum every 15 seconds on their website. That's how good this stuff is. Give yourself the hair you never thought you could have with Vegamore. For a limited time, Fat Mascara listeners get 20% off their first order by going to vegamore.com/fatmascara and use the code FATMASCARA at the checkout. That's vegamor.com/fatmascara, code FATMASCARA to save 20% on your first order. That's vegamor.com/fatmascara, code FATMASCARA.
Well, something that I think really changed the game in terms of estheticians really getting on the map was when Kim Kardashian's skincare line came out. And everyone lost their minds. And then it was like, oh, who's behind it? Who's behind it? And then it was very, very quick. Everyone realized that you were, if I can say, like the mastermind behind it.
I was collaborating with Kim on that, and I loved every single moment of it, being an advisor on it. I feel very honored that she has chosen me. I remember the moment when she called me. I was having actually dinner with the beauty editor of Vogue in Poland, in Warsaw. And all of a sudden, my phone is buzzing and it says Kim K. So I apologized, I excused, I said, I have to pick this one up. And I'm looking at beautiful Vistula River standing in June, 3 years ago, and talking to Kim. And she says, Joanna, I'm thinking about creating something not necessarily fluff, like every celebrity is having skincare. I said, I can imagine you doing only this way, knowing you. That's what I said to her. And would you be able to help me with that? And I said, oh my God, what are you saying? And she gave me what ideas she had and so on. She said, I had facials all around the world with every esthetician probably in the world, and you are only the one who changed my skin, who made the difference. That's what she said. I said, Kim, I want to cry now. I'm an older woman, but I still, getting a little reassurance that you've done something right, it never hurts. That's what I always say to everyone. If you can compliment someone, if you really feel it, like, oh my God, you look beautiful today, you did something right, just go for it and do it, because we all need it. No matter what field we are in, what age we are, what gender we are, just say those good words. This made my day. I, of course, oh my God, me again, that's surprise. Why me? But I've been with Kim for almost 9 years. And that was after that first treatment when I performed. This was in her home. And after 2-hour facials, I asked her if she wants her little prescription, as I always provide for customers, what to do at night, what to do in the morning, what to do with their body, because that's super important. She says, oh my God, I would love that. We treated Kim to the first shipment, and within 1 week, she purchased triple amount of everything. She shopped with us and just repeated all of those things that I recommended, and she was purchasing it for the longest time until we were making tweaks. And then she said she wants, when we started talking about her skincare line, she said she wants to share her own skin routine. And I was discussing it with her. That will not be for everyone, because you like a more aggressive approach, and some skins will be too sensitive. Because she likes to feel a little stink, a little burn, a little, there are many people feeling this way, that if something does not burn, it means does not work. But there are many people that could use her toner or her scrub or her nourishing oil, the night oil, great vitamin C. She has great products. I am very proud of that, again, of the line and collaboration and the fact that she asked me for that advice.
And this was before you had your own line, right?
We were working simultaneously on it.
Okay.
Yes, Kim was able to do it a little faster, but then the launch of the line, yes, just a little difference there. But the launch, I think I launched my line 6 months before she did.
Yeah. And why did you launch your own line? What was your thinking?
Again, I talked to Jessica a lot and so on. Did I ever have an ambition to all of a sudden have a line? I had my nail polishes they were named after every celebrity. They allowed me to use their names. Their favorite colors were named after them. But then the skincare line came a little bit out of practicality. I travel like a crazy maniac. So far, I've been on 26 flights this year. So we are kind of, almost gets into one per week. And that was going before pandemic as well. That was happening before pandemic. But then I started thinking, we don't talk enough about pH of the skin. I find pH of the skin so important because if pH of the skin is unbalanced, then automatically efficacy of all the products that you follow with, it's not going to be the same. If pH of the skin is unbalanced, our lipidic layer will be uneven in different areas. Then we will go through transepidermal water loss. Then we will have dehydration, dehydrated patches, and then at the end we will experience inflammation. And that's going to be redness, swelling, flare-ups, as I mentioned, dehydrated patches. So I said, you know what, let me go for it. And that was the idea from practicality and then going to the basics again. Creating pH controlling toner. There are fantastic toners out there by Biologique, for instance, right? But they are exfoliating toners. And pH of our skin is being affected by so many things, by what we eat, what we drink, what we are exposed to, what we apply on our skin, by changes of the temperatures. So even washing your face dilutes acidity on your skin, which should be around 5.5 to 5.9. And when you apply water, it gets diluted. It could get too close to alkaline level. So it's going to be already unbalanced. That's why pH controlling toner was important. Then I came up with 2 serums based on every day what I see, what I witness, what I see. I see over-treated skin, tons of rosacea, tons of dehydration, tons of redness, a lot of hyperpigmentation. So the soothing serum had to be for those visible redness, those overburned skin, over-treated skin with a great pepperberry extract from Tasmania to reduce appearance of broken capillaries, is very vasoconstrictive. The soothing serum has acetylated hyaluronic acid, which means it comes at least in 4 different lengths of chains and 4 different sizes of the molecules. So addresses dehydration of the skin on the surface and within. Very calming allantoin, that was taking care of one part of a problem. Then Vitamin C. There are many people that can't use Vitamin C, or at least I knew so many people.
Raising my hand.
All right, Jen,
It's a
did
little
you try
bit.
mine?
I get sensitive.
You get stingy.
Stingy.
Okay.
But you did it different. Your hyperpigmentation vitamin C, the other serum?
Our Vitamin C Plus, it's tetrahexadecyl ascorbate, is the most stable form of vitamin C existing out there, the most expensive as well. My chemist said that I'm building handmade Rolls Royce when I was creating those products. So because it's the most stable form, it has a chance without getting oxidized to penetrate into the skin, to support elasticity of the skin by strengthening collagen and elastin, and also creates brightness of the skin, so reduces some hyperpigmentation. So I thought I addressed the skin conditions.
You're 2 groups of people, yeah.
Just with those 2 serums, the main skin conditions. And what we address with the serums, they are really skin conditions. And then for comfort, we apply moisturizers. So I created one moisturizer that was very light, and the other one had to be very balmy. It's the balm. It's called the balm. And that was shea butter from karité tree from West Africa. Particular consistency of a product that was very important for me to have for someone who is on the plane constantly. We lose a lot of moisture being on a plane. We were testing loss of moisture flying from Warsaw to Cairo. That was about 4 hours flight. And within 4 hours, we lost 30% of moisture. 30% of moisture is a small amount because within a couple of hours, we regenerated. We have our own hyaluronic acid within our body. But that's a great preventive thing for longer flights, great preventive thing for women with menopause or post-menopause like myself, that they don't have a drop of estrogen. And at nighttime, we also have a main water loss going on.
I feel like you might still have a little estrogen, Joanna.
It was the way she said it that you're laughing, right?
But I know what you mean when your skin is so bone dry, right? It gets very dry after that.
When your skin feels like when you are smiling that it's going to crack, or when you wake up, you feel like a prune, kind of,
So the balm is for that type of skin.
And also at nighttime, we have a main water loss, so that also prevents. So you wake up in the morning or hydrated and glowing. But also for person growing in a climate with 4 seasons and being a runner, seeing tons of broken capillaries among all outdoorsy people, skiers, skaters, runners, and so on, balm was very important for the winter time during the day.
Is that why I have so many broken capillaries?
I will tell you that Jessica knows this story.
I'm very outdoorsy. She knows. I'm always on the mountains. I'm always running. I'm always hiking.
She's
and
very
I also
outdoorsy.
always have broken capillaries.
So I need to tell you this story no matter if you will use it or not. Okay. What happens with the glass of water in the freezer? It changes into ice, expands, and breaks the glass. If you are spending 1 hour and is 0 Celsius or below, or 32 Fahrenheit or below, and you have water-based product on your face, you have those little micro dishes called pores, and you have a little microscopic frost. You will not be completely frozen within 1 hour or 2 because you have a blood flow, you are moving, you have body temperature, but that microfrost expands your pores temporarily, but what permanently happens is squeezes your capillaries. And we very often experience those permanently broken capillaries. We call them telangiectasis, and we see them among outdoorsy people especially.
That's me, and I have tons of them. But now a topical product can't fix that, but I could prevent more.
You can prevent.
Okay.
She's going to a mountain. Just tell her about the mountain.
It's fine. I will be in 0 degrees Celsius. It will be cold. But so I don't want to use a water-based product. I want to use something with the shea, with the oil.
Absolutely. I would put vitamin C as a great antioxidant. I would put the balm. I would make sure that we have some SPF there.
I'm not carrying that up the mountain. I'll put it on before I get on the mountain. How about that?
Okay.
I'll do a trial size.
That's all fine. That's okay. That's all good. Yes. All my sizes are 1 ounce. They're was really the small. Practicality of it. They are, so you can carry it.
Right, and this goes back to why you did this line for people who travel, right? Like yourself, obviously.
Yes, that I wanted to make it practical. What it is, it's travel friendly.
Got it. Be real with us now. What do you use? Your eyebrows are perfect. Your skin looks gorgeous. What are you using every day?
My nighttime routine starts usually with different cleanser. I have about 12 different cleansers. That's the product that I have the most of. And I use Biologique Layu. I use Low Foam by Environ. I use Forlet Gentle Cleanser. I use Angan Cleanser.
What's Angan? I've never heard of that.
Oh, yes. This is a beautiful Icelandic line. It's coming up. I have a few Icelandic lines. Yes, I love other lines. Everybody has own specialty, I think. Then I use my own toner. Then I follow up with my soothing serum. Then I use retinol palmetite from Environ skincare line. It's a form of vitamin A that it's an ester form, so it doesn't create this retinoid reaction. Twice a week, I add retinol serum from Environ. If I use eye cream, I use Eastern eye cream or Forlet from Japan. And then I follow with my balm. And that's my nighttime routine. In the morning, I rinse my face off or use my wipes. I keep them usually in the fridge because there is a rosemary extract that is very depuffing. So I put a little for a moment on my face and just remove residue of the products. Use my toner, mix half of pipette of my soothing serum with about 4 drops of vitamin C, my own, and follow with the balm.
No makeup? You no makeup?
No, I don't wear makeup.
There is no pencil in your brows right now.
There is nothing.
She has good brows.
How are your brows this beautiful full brown color and like?
They've been crazy. They used to be crazy. I lost a lot through thyroid cancer and Hashimoto's and all of it. But my mom, almost 86 years old mom, still has gorgeous brows. So I'm lucky here.
Those are natural. Okay. And you pluck them yourself and shape them yourself?
I shape them myself, occasionally trim them.
Okay. And no makeup. What about sunscreen?
Sunscreen, I love Chuda, SPF 30. I usually don't wear anything higher than 30. It's unnecessary, in my opinion. If I use occasionally makeup because my rosacea, papsane, or so on, then I use G-Beauty Skin Prime. It's kind of blends with your skin tone if you go with the wrong color. So I love that because it's kind of delicate. If I'm going outdoors and walking, spending time at the pool and so on, I use my own cream, the cream that has tetrapeptide defense that protects you from heat-induced hyperpigmentation, and then I follow with SPF. On my body at night, I use Dermalac lotion and ACE body oil. For last 25 years, I've been using it without any changes.
Every day for the last 25 years? I'm sorry, I have to pause.
Yeah, we got to really step it up.
I don't use body oil every day. Should I?
The most important thing to do it at night. Yeah.
Jen, we got to have a little chat, you and me.
What was the one you used? Dermalogica? No, it was a different brand. Say it again.
No, this is all by Environ, and you know how to find me. I will create your prescription.
I mean, she did it for that lady in Canada.
That means I have to use it if you make it.
I know, she'll follow up. She doesn't mess around.
And what about fragrance? Are you if you have some natural extracts in some of your products, but do you like fragrance? Do you wear perfume? What do you wear?
I love unisex, so I usually use men's kind of cologne. I've been using lately Santa Maria Novella Patchouli Aftershave.
That's nice.
And another one, Fisher from Iceland, number 23.
Oh,
also,
that brand's cool.
I'm in love with that.
Very cool.
So this is my fragrance.
You're on an Iceland kick lately, Joanna.
I've been for last 3 years.
Very nice.
Joanna, we cannot let you go. First of all, you've given us a wealth of information, tips. I'm going to be patting, pat and splash.
Press release.
Press and release. It's like the bend and snap, the press and release. Press and release. Okay. Given us so much practical information, a huge list of products to look into and add to cart. But I'm not going to let you go without the quick round Fat Mascara 5. Here we go. Quick and dirty. First beauty product you fell in love with.
Biologique P50 lotion. When I was, that was 28 years ago. So I was 31. That was the moment that I still could use it. And I was fascinated by the fact that anyone came up with the toner. That was a toner available. So that would be that. And I cannot be more grateful than a step-up program of Vitamin A by Environ. So those two, I cannot say one. Those two.
Okay, I like it. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I have my favorite show.
Okay, that's fine.
Australian show called A Place to Call Home. This is 50s, Australia. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yes.
Most recent purchase. It could be small or big. Could be a candy bar. Oh, wait, okay, what is it?
I mean, that was shopping. I just visited the row.
Oh, what did you get at the row? Tell us.
It's getting serious.
Tops, bottoms, handbag. I'm a little, I have a little problem.
A little problem?
I do have 500 pairs of shoes.
You have 500 pairs of shoes?
Yes, I do.
What? Where do you keep them all?
Oh, I have 3 closets, and one of them is the 3rd bedroom that was transferred.
Just for shoes.
What size are you?
6.5.
Too small for us.
But you know what?
small.
If I love shoes, I buy even 8 and I walk fast. Nobody notices that they are too big.
Oh my God, you're crazy. This is a
I
sick
am.
problem.
Yeah.
This is a sickness. Okay. So I had astrological sign, but we know now. So that question's no good.
Aquarius, right?
Aquarius.
I'm Aquarius, yes. What are you guys?
I'm a Virgo.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And a Libra.
And the Libra, I'm Libra in the moon. Yeah, I'm triple air. That's why I drive myself crazy.
There you go, Jess. She's a triple air. That's
My daughter's
new
an Aquarius,
info.
so this is very exciting to me because I really like you a lot.
We
So
have great sense of humor and we are very caring.
she's caring.
And we are creative, we're creative. We kind of go on and have our own agenda. Yeah.
That's she's only 3, but that's her now. Okay, and then last, it's 12 noon on a Saturday. What are you doing?
I'm usually done with my workout, so probably taking shower and getting ready for lunch that we eat usually at home.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Love it. What a nice day.
Yes, or watch tennis. If there is tennis, then it's definitely tennis on.
Joanna, you're fabulous. Thank you for all your time.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. It was great to talk to you.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Raise the Wand product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.
We all want long-lasting coverage, but we also want our hair to look and feel soft and healthy. Enter Schwarzkopf Keratin Color, delivering professional quality, long-lasting color that leaves hair looking renewed and healthy, with even results from root to tip. And with their formula that results in up to 80% less breakage versus untreated hair, you can feel confident in your hair and let the world see your strength. Discover a world of rich, striking color with Schwarzkopf Keratin Color, available at Walmart.